This was a drive-in right here. Was not called a foul. And wow, I gotta tell you, it was on and popping in this game.
Even make a move to try to keep Burton off.
Caitlin crashed out on the refs. Right here. Right here. She lost it. And you could tell at one point in the game, later after this, she got pulled out of the game, and I think she slammed the table on the way out of the game. But this is another look at this. Real close.
I've got to be honest, the officials allow.
The basketball world has been rocked by another wave of surprising developments. A well-known sports journalist has brought forward claims that have fueled speculation about an alleged coordinated effort within the Indiana Fever organization to shape the public narrative surrounding Caitlin Clark. According to these reports, internal communications have sparked widespread discussion by suggesting attempts to influence how the sophomore superstar is viewed, leaving league officials facing growing scrutiny. Could the Indiana Fever's reported focus on controlling Caitlin Clark's public image become one of the organization's biggest mistakes? As more rumors continue to circulate, fans and analysts are closely following every new development to separate fact from speculation. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit the asterisk like asked button and asterisk subscribe to the channel. Believe it or not, more than asterisk 83% of viewers still haven't subscribed. It's completely free, only takes a second, and it makes a huge difference in helping the channel grow. Have you subscribed yet? Awesome! Thank you so much for your support. Now, let's get back to today's story.
Are they, like, my only logic is that they are hoping that something bad happens during this game tonight, so that they can say, well, look, this has happened. We're reporting this whole fan base and something happened tonight.
The Indiana Fever are now facing what many fans describe as one of the most challenging periods in recent franchise history. According to growing speculation, much of the criticism surrounding the organization has been fueled by its own decisions. A respected sports journalist with established league sources has now shared claims suggesting there may have been an organized effort to minimize Caitlin Clark's impact on women's basketball. Unlike rumors that originate from anonymous social media accounts, these reports come from a credentialed reporter known for covering the league and maintaining connections with people inside basketball operations. As a result, the claims have generated widespread discussion among fans, analysts, and media members, raising new questions about how Clark's influence has been handled behind the scenes. Whether those allegations are ultimately confirmed or disproven, they have already intensified the conversation surrounding the Indiana Fever and added another layer of intrigue to one of the biggest storylines in the WNBA today.
Referee some credit here. Referee didn't even give her a technical. In this moment, this was the first time I've ever seen that the referee actually treated her like her name was LeBron.
Many fans have described this situation as one of the most controversial moments the league has faced in recent years. According to the ongoing speculation, the Indiana Fever finally achieved the national attention they had been seeking, yet the conversation quickly shifted toward Caitlin Clark, the player widely credited with bringing millions of new viewers to women's basketball. The controversy began following the Indiana Fever's matchup against the Golden State Valkyries. Fans will remember it as the game in which Clark delivered a historic triple-double while helping Indiana secure a dominant 35-point victory and set multiple franchise milestones. Instead of celebrating that remarkable performance, however, public attention quickly turned to an investigation into alleged fan remarks that reportedly originated from social media posts rather than verified video, audio, or other confirmed evidence. Respected USA Today columnist Christine Brennan later published a report that added another layer to the debate. According to sources cited in her reporting, the investigation may not have been focused solely on addressing the allegations themselves. Instead, those sources claimed there was concern about shifting public attention away from Clark's dominant performance and the overwhelming spotlight surrounding her. Brennan also reported that an alleged internal message from league circles referenced the need to create more balanced media coverage as Caitlin Clark's popularity continued to grow. Those reported claims immediately sparked widespread debate, with many fans questioning why the success of one of the league's biggest stars would be viewed as a challenge rather than an opportunity. Whether those allegations ultimately prove accurate or not, they have become one of the most talked about discussions across the basketball world. According to Brennan's reporting, the controversy extends even further. The report claims that communication strategies concerning media coverage were reportedly being discussed well before the Indiana Fever and Golden State Valkyries matchup, adding another layer of speculation to an already highly debated situation. According to Brennan's reporting, the alleged communication strategy was presented as a way to ensure balanced coverage for every player across the league. On the surface, that objective appeared reasonable. However, the report claims the plan also included efforts to reduce the number of stories centered on Caitlin Clark while redirecting media attention elsewhere, regardless of what happened on the court. Supporters who have followed Clark since her rookie season believe those allegations help explain a pattern they say has existed for months. They point to the constant focus on her defensive weaknesses, the tendency to minimize her record-breaking accomplishments, and the repeated attention given to her body language or facial expressions instead of her performances. According to the report, these weren't simply isolated opinions from individual journalists, but part of a broader narrative that some sources claim existed behind the scenes. Many fans view the investigation following the Indiana Fever and Golden State Valkyries game as the clearest example of that controversy. Several days after announcing the investigation, the WNBA stated there was still no timeline for its completion, which immediately raised additional questions among supporters. Critics argued that if no supporting evidence had surfaced after several days, the purpose of the investigation itself deserved closer examination. Golden State Valkyries head coach Natalie Nikasi also addressed the situation, stating that she did not personally hear any inappropriate comments during the game. Many spectators similarly described the atmosphere as typical basketball crowd noise. Some observers suggested that a commonly used arena sound effect frequently heard at NBA and Indiana Pacers games may have been misunderstood and later circulated online as something far more serious, adding even more confusion to the controversy. According to Brennan's sources, the investigation reportedly remained open because league officials were still reviewing the available information before reaching a final conclusion. Critics of that approach argued the continued uncertainty only prolonged the controversy instead of resolving it. As one source cited in the report questioned, in an era where nearly every major sporting event is captured on countless cameras and mobile phones, the absence of verified audio or video evidence naturally led many people to wonder whether the alleged incident had occurred at all. Regardless of where the truth ultimately lies, supporters argue that the investigation itself significantly affected the Indiana Fever fan base by fueling a narrative driven largely through social media discussions rather than confirmed evidence. The debate has continued to divide opinions throughout the basketball community and remains one of the league's most closely followed storylines. As many people say, a serious accusation should always be supported by equally strong evidence. According to critics, the WNBA's decision to open an investigation based largely on unverified social media posts created unnecessary controversy and shifted attention away from Caitlin Clark's historic performance. The situation also sparked concern among some league insiders, who questioned whether the league was handling one of its biggest success stories in the best possible way. According to sources cited in Christine Brennan's reporting, some officials were reportedly concerned that Clark's rapidly growing popularity could eventually lead casual fans to focus primarily on one player instead of the league as a whole. Critics argue that rather than using Clark's success to expand interest across women's basketball, some decision-makers appeared more focused on limiting the spotlight surrounding her. Brennan's report suggests several possible reasons behind that thinking. One theory was that giving Clark too much media attention might overshadow other star players and their fan bases. While that argument may sound reasonable to some, many sports marketing experts believe every successful professional league has historically benefited from having recognizable superstar athletes who attract new audiences. The report also claims that some influential figures within league leadership were uncomfortable with the changing demographics of the WNBA's rapidly expanding fan base. According to sources quoted in the report, instead of embracing the wave of new supporters as an opportunity for long-term growth, some viewed the shift with hesitation. After years of working to increase attendance, television ratings, and mainstream visibility, critics argue that this response appeared both surprising and counterproductive. There is little debate that Caitlin Clark has brought unprecedented attention to women's basketball. Her games continue to generate record television audiences, sell at arenas, increase merchandise sales, and attract greater interest from national broadcasters. Many supporters believe those achievements should be viewed as a major victory for the league, rather than a challenge to be managed. Brennan's reporting also highlights several examples that critics believe support this broader pattern. According to the report, Clark's record-breaking NCAA scoring accomplishment was sometimes discussed alongside reasons intended to minimize its significance. When she helped produce record-breaking WNBA draft viewership, promotional efforts reportedly emphasized the draft class as a whole rather than her individual impact. Similarly, after Clark recorded her first WNBA triple-double, league social media initially focused on another statistical milestone before later acknowledging her historic achievement following public criticism. Perhaps the most controversial allegation in the report involves officiating. Brennan cites claims suggesting there were internal discussions about how Clark's game should be managed, although the WNBA has firmly denied those allegations. Former officials interviewed for the report noted that while star players and rookies often receive different treatment throughout sports, they had never encountered a deliberate strategy designed to reduce one player's effectiveness or public appeal. Whether connected or not, inconsistent officiating involving Clark has remained one of the league's most debated topics among fans. The WNBA has strongly rejected Brennan's reporting, calling the allegations baseless and without merit. However, many fans have continued asking questions, particularly regarding why the original investigation was launched before any verified audio, video, or other supporting evidence had been publicly presented. That debate has only intensified across social media, television, and basketball circles. Despite the controversy, one fact remains clear: the WNBA has never received more national attention. Television ratings continue to climb, social media engagement is growing across the league, merchandise sales have increased, and new fans are discovering stars such as Aja Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, Angel Reese, Kelsey Plum, and many others alongside Caitlin Clark. Supporters argue that Clark's popularity expands the audience for the entire league rather than taking attention away from anyone else. Brennan's report suggests the underlying issue may ultimately be about adapting to rapid change. For many years, the WNBA operated within a relatively small media environment, but Clark's arrival brought unprecedented mainstream attention that no organization could completely control. History has repeatedly shown that industries often struggle when disruptive growth challenges long-established systems. Whether those reported concerns truly exist or not, the discussion has become one of the defining storylines surrounding today's WNBA. Throughout the controversy, Clark herself has remained focused on basketball, repeatedly emphasizing that she can only control her effort and conduct on the court. Teammates, including Aaliyah Boston, have publicly supported her, while Golden State Valkyries head coach Natalina Casey also praised Clark's impact on women's basketball and stated that he personally did not hear any inappropriate comments from the crowd during the game in question. His remarks stood in sharp contrast to many of the rumors that later spread online. As the conversation continues, many fans are now wondering how these ongoing debates could influence future league events, including the upcoming WNBA All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis. Whatever happens next, the discussion surrounding Caitlin Clark, league leadership, and the future direction of the WNBA shows no signs of slowing down. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications so you never miss the latest WNBA news, analysis, and breaking updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.